Hello to all my friends out there. I think I'll let you see what's happening in my windowsill garden. It's growing pretty good. This is actually growing better than anything I had planted outdoors this year. So, I want to encourage you guys. Okay, I had to break down and buy, I got the best deal on this candle. This is a Better Homes and Garden salted coconut and mahogany candle, grocery outlet, $3.99. So that was quite the deal. Oh, 2 wicks. So that's awesome. Okay, so I'm trying to limit my spending, but not misery making. And my candle was really shot. I'm not throwing them out. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, and I bought this acorn squash. I can never find the small ones, but the small ones are good. I will make a little batch of soup, maybe tomorrow. Okay. 3-day emergency supply of shelf-stable food for 1 person. So, prepare for 3 days of trouble like what? So I'm going to do the stockpile, which is all storable. When I went to the food pantry, that was all fresh. The storable food, though, is very, very vital. So I'll show you what I put in here. Okay, so the first thing I came up with was a small jar of peanut butter from Dollar Tree. And then if you notice, when I went to the food pantry, it was very heavy on bread. So I want to remember that when I stockpile. So I have tried to get the crackers with the most crackers. I think these were $1.25. So number 1 is peanut butter and crackers. Okay, then the number 2 thing is 1 can of pork and beans. If this was all you had, you could survive. And 1 can, and all of these have flip tops. Now, if you're new to stockpiling, start looking for 2027. Don't buy anything that's nearly ready to expire, even if you're going to eat it tomorrow. But see how these all have the flip tops? That is very important. During the pandemic, one of the can openers broke, and the cheapest one I could find was $5.99. So you can eat this right out of the can. When I used to do the car videos, you guys saw me do it. So then also I am switching from vegetable soup to minestrone, because this stuff has vegetables. Well, let me read to you what's in it. Water, tomato puree, carrot, celery, light red kidney beans, green beans, pasta, dried green beans, spinach, garbanzo beans. And this is a big can, and I watch for these on sale, and I'm having a hard time finding minestrone. Also, this is the most loved soup in the world. I didn't know that. Then I got, so we got peanut butter and crackers, no starving. Plus, we're going to eat this. I have 1 can of Vienna sausages. You can eat those with the flip top. I'm going to do these once a week. If you're new to stockpiling, if you're new to the channel, hi, stick around. Okay, and so then I chose another can of Vienna sausages because, you know, if you can eat those with crackers and peanut butter too. And then I have 1 can of white chicken with a flip top can. Then I have 3, this is for 3 days, so I got these at Dollar Tree. 3 fruit cocktails. You just open them up and eat them. Then I have 1 can of evaporated milk. So if you mix this with a can of water, a can of evaporated milk, that's 1 cup of milk per day. And then I just had one of these, but this is banana pudding. What is it? This was some kind of new pudding from Dollar Tree. I'm going to get some more of these. So I just had 1, but it would be 3. And then I have 3 cans of soda pop. And the reason I chose this is because we have these wealthy people around here. We're talking serious money. And there was this poor guy, this street guy, and he was in such bad shape. And he was in line. He wanted to buy something. I forget what it was. But the men went, I'll never forget this. They went to the soda thing and they got 2 big cans of Coke. And they bought those for him. So when people are really hard up, sometimes the Coca-Cola will calm them down like nothing else. So if it's some disaster of some sort, God forbid, possibly the same could be true for us. Let's hope. So now this is quite a bit of food. But I think I'll start doing this once a week, because you know what happens? You get better at doing it as time goes on. You really do. So you want to keep doing it so you find out. And another thing is, if there's anything in that box that you don't like, maybe you hate grape soda. Oh, I got a nice surprise today. You know the accept all freebies? I accepted. I try to stockpile a soda pop. Oh, I don't have it. I have also another good thing is sparkling water. Okay, prepare for 3 days of trouble like what? Like power outage, grid down. That means no phone, no internet, and the stores and the gas stations will not be open. Okay, 3 days of darkness. So you might think that's asinine, but there's prophecy about the 3 days of darkness, and we know it's coming. But I was listening to this one prophecy, and it was pretty good, because she said it's a supernatural light that's going to benefit us. Well, it kind of gave me some enlightenment on the 10 wise virgins and the 10 foolish virgins, that this light, they were the lanterns and the light was the light of God, but that is not the point of this. If there are 3 days of darkness, there's not going to be any sun, and that means it's going to be cold. So if you live in a cold area, that could literally be fatal. Okay, I have a fireplace, and actually I really don't want to live anywhere where I wouldn't have a fireplace. Okay, number 3 thing, growing number of destitute, lacking in possessions, resources, and suffering extreme poverty. I saw one today, and it was cold, and this poor woman. And we're going to be seeing more of this. They don't even have any way to stay warm, not even a jacket, not even, proper, no shoes. It was very cold. So what I'm doing is, I've been doing this for a while, is I've been buying these heavy-duty Afghans and blankets from the thrift store in case I ever need them. I gave my heavy-duty sleeping bag away to a guy I know, but I'm going to be stockpiling sweaters, coats, and shoes. We're going to be seeing people with no shoes, you guys. Okay, how about this one? Canada, the 51st state. I kind of like the idea myself. Think about this. Travel from London to Montreal in 6 hours and 57 minutes. I thought, wow, I didn't know that, but it's really kind of scary because from San Diego to Las Vegas is about 66 hours. And so if there was an invasion, I don't see why they wouldn't attack from Canada. Not saying they will, but wouldn't it make a whole lot more sense than trying to fly across the Atlantic Ocean? Or we might sustain an attack from the southern border. But if we come under attack, say from Canada, Canada is sparsely populated. So I'm not saying it's Justin Trudeau resigned. So some people are saying something's coming. So just keep your head on a swivel there. Okay, you can go without food for 3 days. That will be bad. You'll be very hungry, but they say if possible, drink water. Okay, you could be trapped or lost. You could be trapped under objects or debris such as an earthquake, caves and crevices. People go into those and they get trapped. Sudden collapses, like we've seen water emergencies where things just collapse. And then we have a lot of heavy snow. So there's heavy snow, like where my mom was from, where the snow covered the entire house. The house was underneath the snow. And then we had the horrid story about how my mother's mother froze to death in a blizzard. Okay, those are all bad things. Trapped or lost. 3 days before payday. This is not a joke. All right, that is why, let's say you can get by without the food pantry, but you need to go every once in a while so you know where to go, what to do, what to expect. So I showed you guys when I went to the food pantry, and that was not what I expected. I got a lot of food. I have a slight migraine today, but I'm okay. Okay, so 3 days before payday, one, go to the food bank. But if you can't get there, you can call 211. I mean, there are like, okay, if you don't have any gas, if you can't walk there, you'd be surprised where you can walk. But you call 211. The time I was sick, they were going to send someone. I go, no, it's not that bad. But I went. I didn't wait until I was literally starving. Okay, and then you can ask family, friends, and neighbors. Okay, I would feel really bad if my neighbor was starving. I would definitely give them some food. My neighbor was really nice and shared her food pantry food with me, and so I shared mine with her. So you don't know who's going to the pantry and who's not. Not everybody is crazy enough to do doing a YouTube video on going to the food pantry is a good way to get attacked. Okay, now I want to mention this 3 days before payday thing. When I was very, very young, I heard my neighbor's dog barking and barking and barking, but I didn't think anything about it. I just thought the dog is barking, right? She abandoned the apartment and left the dog in it, and the dog starved. So there is a case of a starving pet. So I never want to forget. I felt so awful. His barking to me didn't seem that bad. Maybe he was weak. I don't know. All right, violent eruptions. Okay, we have had attacks. New Orleans, Las Vegas, and New York City. These are attacks from within the country. Okay, they are warning us that possible attacks, like in a war type attack, would be New York, Washington, LA. So it would go from north to east to west, and if it went further, it would probably go to Houston. Okay, and then in Europe, they're saying, watch out, it would go from Ukraine to Poland to Germany to France. Not staying up nights, but being prepared. Okay. So that's on wars. Okay, so now think about aliens, creatures, and wild beasts. Okay, we know there's a creature in Revelations who talks in heaven, so why wouldn't there be demon creatures? Most of us think there's aliens, but they have never attacked us throughout history yet, but some could arrive. And then wild beasts. In the Bible, it tells of wild beasts, very hungry, attacking people. Okay, and then pandemics. Pandemics can cause, they say more pandemics are coming. Also, this fog is worrisome. We don't actually know what the fog is. So we want to stay inside. Power outages. Okay, if we have a power outage, that usually comes before the attack. So we want to watch out if there's a power outage because a possible attack might follow. And if we see an attack in New York, be ready. On the west, be ready. On the east, be ready. On the south. Okay, supply chain disruptions. Okay, supply chain disruptions could happen from what weather events. The trucks can't get through. Okay, no government checks. That means no welfare, no disability, no social security. This is going to be bad. And then medical breakdown. So if we have a big pandemic, we kind of see that happens every time there's like a surge of sickness in China. We had it a little bit before with the COVID. Europe had some where they decided who was going to get the treatment and who was not. And this violence towards the CEO of the healthcare company who was gunned down, that is really bad. So these are acts of violence. So what is probably going to happen is the Bible talks of a time where the world is going to be full of violence to the point that it becomes commonplace. But I was in the riots, the George Floyd riots, and you want to stay inside. I think those were staged riots because, first of all, there's access from the trolley, and none of those people lived in La Mesa. If you would like to see where I live, go to La Mesa riots. And the cause of the riots there was minimal and ridiculous for the damage. They tore the whole town up. It was very, very bad. So that is why I moved. And I said, I want to move where there's no trolley access. Okay, now they're saying, you know, if these attacks, these attacks that just happened were all within a short period of time. But if we're expecting some kind of war, we want to say, is the place I live relatively safe? I mean, you can never be 100% safe, but some places are definitely safer than others. And so if you do these 3 days of food, you can just throw them in the car and evacuate if needs be. And you want to have good maps. Okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And Happy New Year. God bless you all. Bye-bye.